Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing reviews of new albums that have released. So today we're going to be doing a review of Mick Mars' new solo album. I think you just say Mick Mars in that situation. I don't think you say Mars's. Mick Mars' new solo album, Bruce Dickinson's new solo album, the new Judas Priest album, the new Acid Mammoth album, and the new Corey Taylor album. So let's start off with Mick Mars's first. I just said Mick Mars. Is it Mick Mars or Mick Mars's? Correct my grammar in the comments. But anyways, Mick Mars has a new solo album out, and this thing was fantastic. I loved it. I don't know who the singer was. I don't have that in front of me. But these songs are so good. They sound nothing like Motley Crue. They're alternative metal. And, well, I guess you could say, yeah, they're metal. I classify these metal. To me, alternative metal, if I had to determine what subgenre they were part of. But it sounds nothing like Motley Crue, but it does sound like that 1994 Motley Crue album with John Corabi. It does sound like that one, but nothing else by Motley Crue, just that one album. And that's not a bad thing either. I love that grunge Motley Crue album, and I wish they would reunite with John Corabi instead of Vince Neil, because look. I love Vince Neil, right? Can't get enough of the feller in the 80s albums. But that dude can't sing anymore, okay? You see footage of that dude. There's a reason they use backing tracks now, like 100% of the time. The feller can't sing. It's sad to watch. I think he should just call it a day. Respectfully call it a day. Because the feller can't sing. If you can't sing, then don't go out there. Which they still are going out there using backing tracks, which it's, in my opinion, I just think that's kind of, it's a cash grab, basically. You're just going to see you're not even really going to see a real live performance. It's more of like a theatrics thing at that point. But anyways, back to Mick Mars. Every single song off this album is amazing. You got Loyal to the Lie, Broken on the Inside, Alone, Killing Breed, Memories, Right Side of Wrong, Ready to Roll, Undone, Ain't Going Back, and L.A. Noir. Now, in my opinion, I think the best song off this album would probably be either Loyal to the Lie or Right Side of Wrong. Great songs all around. I'm going to try to shorten these reviews down a bit, not make them too long, kind of give each album a few minutes. In the future, I will do an in-depth analysis of the album and just kind of break down all the tracks. For these, I'm not going to do that because they've been out for a while. I'll just give you my overall thoughts of what I, thought of the album as I was listening to it. So for this one, I would this is a really good album. I give it an 8 out of 10. I think 8 out of 10 works really well. Mick Mars' guitar playing on this thing is amazing. I love the instrumentation, and I like the vocal effects they put on the singer. I don't know what his name is, but great singer too. Fits well with the music. So that was Mick Mars' new solo album, The Other Side of Mars. I highly recommend you listening to that. Even if you don't like Motley Crue, you'll love that album, because it sounds nothing like Motley Crue. It's just good alternative metal. Alright, next we move on to the Mandrake project by Bruce Dickinson. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've not listened to all of Bruce Dickinson's solo albums. I know some of you are going to be like, what? But yeah, I'm not listening to all of Bruce Dickinson's solo albums. This is the very first solo album I've ever listened to by Bruce Dickinson. I might check out his solo stuff in the future, but for now, this is the very first one that I'm listening to, and that was the Mandrake project. I love this album. I don't even know what genre you would call this though. As I was listening to this, I didn't even know what genre to classify this as. I don't know. Is he its own genre? Is this album its own genre? I don't know. If anyone knows what this album would be classified under, please let me know, because I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it really, but it certainly sounds unique. I can't really think of another album that sounds like this one. And great songs all around. Afterglow of Ragnarok, Many Doors to Hell, Rain on the Graves, Resurrection Men, Fingers in the Wounds, Eternity is Failed, Mistress of Mercy, Face in the Mirror, Shadow of the Gods, and Santana, I think that's how you say that, or Sonata, I don't know how you say it, but Immortal Beloved. All killer, no filler. Some feller said that in my comment section, always stuck with me. But yeah, this album is all killer, no filler. Love every single song off of it. My favorite off this album would probably be Many Doors to Hell. I think that might be my favorite. It's really hard to choose on that one because I love all the songs. So it could be any of them. Just depends on the day. But for now, it's going to be Many Doors to Hell. So that was the Mandrake project by Bruce Dickinson. I highly recommend you check that album out. And I will dive deep into his solo stuff at some point. Honestly, I'd say I give that a 9 out of 10. The Mandrake project, I give that a 9 out of 10. Alright, coming up next, Invincible Shield by Judas Priest. Now, some people were already complaining about this album as soon as they heard the first single and said, I ain't listening to that. But to my ears, how could you not want to listen to this album? Rob Halford is in his 70s and he's still shrieking. Like, the dude is still in his prime. To be able to shriek like that in your 70s is mind-blowing. Really just shows you what an amazing vocalist that guy is. Because I don't know if I could shriek like that if I was in my 70s. Now, spoiler warning, I'm giving this Judas Priest album a 10 out of 10. Every single song on this album is phenomenal. Every single one. Panic Attack, The Serpent and the King, Invincible Shield, Devil in Disguise, Gates of Hell, Crown of Horns, As God Is My Witness, Trial by Fire, Escape from Reality, Sons of Thunder, Giants in the Sky, Fight of Your Life, Vicious Cycle. Oh no, that's Vicious Circle, sorry. Vicious Circle, The Lodger. Love it. Every single one of it. To me, to my ears, this sounds like Painkiller mixed with Firepower, mixed with some of those latter-day releases, and Painkiller is mixed in there. And there's some moments of sounding like 70s Judas Priest, like Hellbent for Leather and stuff like that. It's kind of just like a Judas Priest fruit salad. You just get a bunch of mixtures of stuff in there. And some people don't like that, but I certainly do. There are very few eras of Judas Priest I just can't stand. One of them being that I can't stand is Demolition. That album's a piece of trash. I hate that album. But Ram It Down's not too bad. It has its moments of being horrible, but it's not too bad. Nostradamus, I know, gets a lot of hate from people. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. The way I see it, that album's just not very memorable. I don't think it's horrible. It doesn't offend me, but I can't even remember half the songs off that album. I've only heard it once, but I might re-listen to it again. Maybe I've changed my stance on it. But the first time I ever heard that album, I didn't think it was that great, because it wasn't memorable. But maybe I've changed my stance on it, because that was like 2 years ago since the last time I've heard Nostradamus. So, in my opinion, I think the worst Judas Priest album is Demolition, not Nostradamus. And I would probably go Demolition, then Ram It Down, then maybe Nostradamus. I think that's the way I'd view it. I love Jugulator, though. That album's great, but I know that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about Invincible Shield, and I can't recommend this album enough to you if you love Judas Priest. If you've not listened to it by now, go do yourself a favor and listen to it. You will not be disappointed, because as soon as I heard Panic Attack, I knew this album was going to be really, really, really good, and it was. 10 out of 10. I love this album, and I'd rank it pretty high in my Judas Priest discography ranking, which I will do that at some point once I buy all the albums, whenever time period that happens at. But all right, coming in next, Supersonic Megafuna Collision by Acid Mammoth. I hope I said that right. Amazing album. I'm so glad that Acid Mammoth is not finished. I read that once on a website somewhere. That just wasn't true, and I'm so glad it wasn't, because I love Acid Mammoth. My favorite new-ish band, because they have been around for a while, but they are my favorite newer band that's been around. I'd say this album's right up there with Under Acid Hoof, for me at least, because you got the title track, Fuzz Orgasm, Keep On Screaming, Garden of Bones, Atomic Shaman, One with the Void, Tusco's Last Trip. Every single song off here is spectacular. If you love like stoner rock and Black Sabbath, even if you like Alice in Chains, I think you'd like this band, because it's basically Black Sabbath meets Black Sabbath meets Acid. Black Sabbath meets Alice in Chains. At least that's how I describe Acid Mammoth's sound, because that's what it sounds like. You know, they've got these killer tribal drums. The vocalist sounds a lot like Ozzy. And even the instrumentation sounds a lot like Sabbath. It's so good. I highly recommend Acid Mammoth to anyone who's not listened to it, but you love like stoner rock and like early Black Sabbath. You will love Acid Mammoth. I'm telling you. So go check them out. Go give them all the support, because they are a new band. Well, not new, like recent, but newish, I guess, but still give them a lot of love, because they are an up and coming band, and I really want to see Acid Mammoth continue, because the music is so good. So please go support Acid Mammoth, and and if you're in Europe, go see them live. I hope they come here someday. But if you're in Europe, go see Acid Mammoth live. So that's Supersonic Megafuna Collision, or is it Megafauna? Is it Megafauna or Megafuna? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you know. But I always said Megafuna, but it might be Megafauna. Anyways, that gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Even though there's only 6 tracks, it's 10 out of 10. All right, coming up next, the last album I'm going to be reviewing for today, CMF To Be or Not To Be, Corey Taylor. This was originally released for Record Store Day, but now it's released on all streaming platforms, so I didn't have to buy the vinyl to listen to it. I actually really enjoyed this album, just for being like a bunch of B-sides and covers. I think it's great for what it set out to accomplish. I wouldn't say it's better than Corey's second album. It's going to be probably hard for that to be topped, at least in my opinion. Because that and that first CMF B-sides, that's like the pinnacle of Corey Taylor's solo career so far. But here you've got a HSOAT, I don't know what that stands for, but that's an original song. Tank, that's a cover of Life, Sex, and Death. Not in the Mood to Live, that's an original song. Killing Machine by Judas Priest. Hey, we're just talking about Judas Priest. Snuff, Live in London 2016. Of course, that's by Slipknot. And then Shot in the Dark by Ozzy. Stay Calm, original song. Is It My Body? That's by Alice Cooper. Bothered 23, Still Bothered. That's a remade version of Stone Sour's song, Bother. The Killing Moon, which was originally done by Echo and the Bunnymen. Hey Manifesto, which is an original song. And then 10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin. But with all those B-sides and covers that you get, I had so much fun listening to this. And when you listen to it, you can tell that Corey and his band are just having the time of their lives playing those songs. They're not taking themselves too seriously. They're just having a good time playing some rock songs. And I think that's cool. And you could tell that they're just having fun, especially in that first song. Yeah, that was pretty funny first time I heard it. I recommend this to anyone who likes Corey Taylor. You just want to hear a bunch of fellers playing rock music, just having a good time. I recommend that. And I love that album cover. That was originally done by Paul McCartney. I think Corey's is funnier just because of the facial expressions. Love all the songs off of the chorus. And I would give that I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I kind of wish there were a few more songs on it because it is kind of a short listen, but yeah, I still enjoyed it. I'd say my favorite song off this album would be Shot in the Dark, just because I love the Ozzy one so much, but I like Corey's version a lot too. But thank you all for watching that video. That was me reviewing a bunch of new albums. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, see you later.